What's up guys, it's Dasha and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following me for a while, you might have seen my English lesson about how to use the prepositions of time and place in, on, and at. In case you haven't already, make sure to check it out even as a refresher, because today's video is going to be an English quiz. And if you head over to the description box below, you can download a free guide and exercise book on these prepositions. This is your chance to test your knowledge of the prepositions in, on, and at. The rules of the quiz are pretty easy. I'm going to give you 15 questions and you'll have to choose between 4 options. You'll have 5 seconds to find the correct answer. Or you could of course pause this video if you need more time. After each question, I'll give you the correct answer and an explanation. Don't forget to drop your score out of 15 in the comments. So let's go. Question 1. While I was something, my desk, the doorbell rang. Here are your options: A, in, B, on, or C, at. And the correct answer is C. While I was at my desk, the doorbell rang. The preposition at is a preposition of precision, and so we use it to talk about specific locations. You obviously can't be in your desk because it's not hollow, and you can't be on your desk unless you're actually sitting or standing on top of it. But you'd say at my desk if you want to say that you're working from your desk. Number 2, could you please put the shopping bags something, the kitchen counter? I'll unpack them later. Again, your options are A, in, B, on, or C, at. The answer is B, on. Could you please put the shopping bags on the kitchen counter? I'll unpack them later. This one is quite simple because we use on when we refer to objects that are on top of a surface, which in this case is the kitchen counter. Question 3. Have you seen my car keys? I thought I'd left them something, the living room, but I can't seem to find them. You can choose from A, in, B, on, or C, at. And you'll get a point if you answered A, in. Have you seen my car keys? I thought I'd left them in the living room, but I can't seem to find them. When you talk about rooms in a house or a flat, you'll use the preposition in. Think about rooms as large spaces, and that's when we use the preposition in. Next up, question 4. Something, what time does the movie start? If it's not too late, we could grab some dinner. Is it A, in, B, on, or C, at? The preposition that you're looking for is C, at. At what time does the movie start? If it's not too late, we could grab some dinner. And the rule here is kind of simple. When talking about time, we use the preposition at. So you'd say at 5 o'clock or at 1 a.m. and so on. Question 5. My brother's college classes start something autumn, and he has midterm exams something January. Here are your options: A, in, B, in, on, or C, at. And the correct answer here is A, in. My brother's college classes start in autumn, and he has midterm exams in January. Remember this rule once and for all. We use in when referring to months, that is January, February, March, and so on, and seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Easy. Let's have a look at question 6. Amanda was something, the bus, when she found out that she got into Oxford University. She was ecstatic. Is the correct answer A, in, B, on, or C, at? Take your pick. pretty tricky. I'm sure you were torn between A and B, but the right answer here is B, on. Amanda was on the bus when she found out that she got accepted into Oxford University. She was ecstatic. And this is just another nuance of the English language. You'd say that you're in a car, but on a bus or on a plane. The reason in here is that we use on when talking about a mode of transport that has a space like a corridor that you can walk on. A car obviously doesn't have any space to walk in, and so we use the preposition in. Question 7. Henri Rousseau, a French post-impressionist painter, was born something 21st of May 1844. Is it A, in, B, on, or C, at? And again, you score a point if you answered B, on. Henri Rousseau, a French post-impressionist painter, was born on 21st of May 1844. We know that the preposition at is a preposition of specificity. We said that a moment ago. And the preposition in is more general. Similarly, we use on to refer to somewhat more specific places or precise dates that include the day and month. I just threw in the year to kind of confuse you a little bit. Sorry. So basically you'd say we celebrate Christmas on 25th December and not we celebrate Christmas in or at 25th December. Question 8. Last night I went to bed something 3 a.m. because I was something TikTok for 4 hours. Let's have a look at your options. A, in, at, B, at, in, or C, at, on. The answer to question 8 is C, at and on. Last night, I went to bed at 3 a.m. because I was on TikTok for 4 hours. Like I already mentioned in question 4, at is used when we refer to time. So that one was pretty easy. But when talking about social media and devices like a computer, tablet, your cell phone, or a TV, we use on. I saw a cool picture on Instagram. I saw a cool series on Netflix or on the TV. I was working on my laptop, and so on. And pay attention to these ones because they can get a little bit tricky. Moving to question 9. Did you hear that Jason's wife broke her leg? Apparently, she slipped and fell something the shower. Is it A, in, B, on, or C, at? The right answer is A, in. Did you hear that Jason's wife broke her leg? Apparently, she slipped and fell in the shower. With a bit of imagination, when you're showering, think of yourself as being inside a space. You're therefore in the shower. Next up, question 10. Something 1989, the United States invaded Panama, which lasted over a month under the George H.W. Bush administration. Take your pick from the following: A, in, B, on, or C, at. This was an easy point, and the answer is A, in. In 1989, the United States invaded Panama, which lasted over a month under the George H.W. Bush administration. That's because we use in with years. I was born in 1994. I wish. Question 11. I fancy a steak for dinner. I know a great place, something 23 Oxford Street. Want to join me? As usual, here are your options: A, in, B, on, or C, at. The correct answer is none other than C. I fancy a steak for dinner. I know a great place at 23 Oxford Street. Want to join me? Now, here's where it all gets a little bit confusing. When talking about a specific address, like in this case, 23 Oxford Street or whatever, that contains the street number and street name, we use at. But if you're talking about an address in general, we use on. For example, we switch the sentence in question 11 and say, I know a great place on Oxford Street. Want to join me? Slowly nearing to the end with question 12. My colleague Sarah is on maternity leave. She's due something? 2 weeks. Is it A, in, or B, on, or C, at? The answer is A, in. My colleague Sarah is on maternity leave. She's due in 2 weeks. The rule here is that you'll use the preposition in when referring to the words week, month, and year. I'm graduating in a year, or I'll finish my internship in a week. But remember, if you want to talk about a specific day of the week, you'll use on, as in, I have an exam on Thursday. Next is question 13. Dave was something, his car, when his mother called to tell him the good news. So once again, is it A, in, B, on, or C, at? And it's A, in. Dave was in his car when his mother called to tell him the good news. Now, if you were paying attention at the beginning of this video, I said that with modes of transport like the bus and train, we use on. But if you're talking about a car, we use in, since it's a tight space. We're almost there, guys, with question 14. Something my way to the store, I met a former classmate of mine. We had a quick chat and I invited her over for coffee. Is the right answer A, in, or is it B, on, or C, at? And of course, the answer here is B, on. On my way to the store, I met a former classmate of mine. We had a quick chat and I invited her over for coffee. The phrase on my way is unfortunately one of those English expressions that you kind of need to learn off by heart. And finally, question 15. We live something, a safe neighborhood. You don't have to lock all your doors and windows, but it would be a good idea to stay something the house something night. Here are your options. A, at, in, B, in, at, or C, in, at. And the right answer that will score you yet another point is B, in, at. We live in a safe neighborhood. You don't have to lock all your doors and windows, but it would be a good idea to stay in the house at night. So let's unpackage this a little bit. The appropriate preposition to use when referring to a neighborhood, which can be considered for these purposes as a general location, is in. And the same goes for a place like a house, in a house. But the word night is a bit of an exception. At night means a period of time from about midnight to like 4 or 5 a.m. But you could also say in the night, which means at a specific time during the night. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what you scored out of 15 in the comment section below. I really hope that you loved this video by hitting that like button and subscribe to never miss an English lesson.